Hello, let's continue our Sudoku adventure with Tell Me Why by Crusader175. So this is a constraint I haven't done before, so we're going to carefully go over it and try to understand it. So, all right, we do have normal 6x6 Sudoku rules. So in each row, each column, and each 2x3 box, we are placing the digits 1 to 6 exactly once each. These clues outside the grid are Y-sum clues. If you're familiar with X-sums, it's kind of like one degree of freedom away or 1 degree away from X-sums. I don't know the right way to put that. But basically, we have this 4 here. So what is this 4 telling us? Well, the 4 is going to be a sum. So the Y, okay, sorry. It's the sum of the first Y digits from that side. So let's use the 10 because let's use the 10 because I feel like it's a bit more open. So 10 is going to be a sum. And it's the sum of the first Y digits from that side. So it could be the first 3 digits. It could be the first 4 digits, first 2 digits. We don't know. But it's going to be the sum of some number of digits there. Now, what is Y? Well, Y is the digit placed in the Xth cell in the corresponding direction. So we're going to be choosing a cell, say this one. If this one's a 3, this cell's a 3, then that means these 3 sum to 10. Now, how do we find the X cell? Well, the X is the digit placed in the first cell. So this would have to be a 5. So going the other direction, this 5, we count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 in this direction, and we reach this 3. And the 3 tells us how many digits to use to sum to 10. And so these 3 would sum to 10. So we could do, for example, 1, 4. So this would be a valid filling of this row, with these 2 being free to be 2, 6 in some order. It's because we take, this is X, X is 5. We count 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And we get this digit, which is a 3, which tells us how many cells to use. And those cells add to 10. All right. And it works from this direction as well for the 17 and the 20. So whatever this digit is, say a 4, we count 1, 2, 3, 4, and then we make this a 5, and that means we use 5 digits for our 17 sum. All right. So that's it. Those are the rules. Good luck. There's a link in the description if you'd like to try the puzzle yourself, and I'm going to get started right now. Okay, I actually want to think about the 20 and the 4, the two extremes. So 20, well, one thing we know is that an entire row adds to 21. 1 plus, because it has 1 through 6 ones each, and 1 through 6 adds to 21, which means that there is only one digit not included in our 20 sum, which means this isn't a 5, but it means I'm going to highlight which ones are involved in our sum. 5 have to be involved in the sum, with 1, the 1 has to be not part of it. So the first 5 here are used, and then the digit that is excluded is the 1 to get us down from 21 to 20. So these will add to 20, and this is a 1, and that adds to 21 in total. That's the only way that's going to work. Which means the 5 in here is pointed to by this one. So this cannot be a 6. Can't be a 1 either. So this is from 2, 3, 4, 5. Meaning that there is a, and actually, this can't be the 5 either, because it means that there's a 5 here, here, or here. If this were the 5, this would also be a 5, and that would be bad. So the 5 is somewhere in here. So this is also 2, 3, 4. Okay. Sounds interesting. All right. The 17. So what's missing from the 17? Well, from 17 to 21, that's 4. So we need a sum of 4 not involved in the 17. Remember, we're coming from this direction. So that means we're using at least this many, because 4 cannot use 3 cells. So these 2 would have to add to 4, though, but that would be 1 plus 3, and 1 is gone. So actually we need to use 5 cells here, and this has to just be the 4, which means this can't be a 4. And now, because this is 5 long, it's got to be pointing at the 5. And so, again, it cannot be 5 itself. So this is from 2, 3 only, because it can't be, and it can't be a 1. 1 would point at itself, telling us that we were 1 long. We can't be 1. We can be 2, 3. We can't be 4. We can't be 5 or 6, because 5 would point at itself here, and 6 would point at a 4, and we're not 4 long. So this is 2, 3 only, which does put a 5 in one of these 2, at 2 or 3, meaning this has to place the 5 here, because we can't put a 5 down here anymore. So this is our 5, and this is a 4. Okay. That makes this 236. Okay. Very interesting. That makes this 236 as well. Okay. What do I want to do next? Maybe this 4? Because 4 either needs to be a 4 on its own, but we can't ever do a sum of 1. Why x can't be 1. Y can't be 1. Can it? Oh, y could be. Okay, so it doesn't work, but because of this. Normally, if we ignore the rest of the puzzle, we could have done a 4 here and a 1 here exactly. Because what we would do is this would be the y value. We would look at 4 away, which is here, and that would tell us to use 1 digit for our sum, which is a 4, and that would match our 4 sum. But that doesn't work anymore because this can't be a 4. The 4 is down here. So therefore, we do have to use 2 cells to add to 4, and they have to be 1 plus 3. So this is our 3 and this is our 1. We need to do it in the corner with that 3. Now I bet that affects this. Now that means that in the third spot, this has to be the 2 to match our length. Okay, so that's not a 2. Putting a 2 in one of these two and a 2 in one of these two. I was going to say this can't be 2, and I was thinking about x sums. Okay, so how about the 5? Okay, the 5 will be interesting because this is 4, 5, 6. That's not 4, that's not 5. Now this is always involved in the sum to 5. The digit next to the clue is always involved in the sum, no matter what. And so it can't be a 6. That would already be too big. So this has to be the 5. And then that's going to point at the 5th slot. And then that has to be a 1, telling us that we're only using 1 digit in our sum to get to 5. Okay, so this is going to be 4, 5, 6. This is going to be 2, 3. That's a 2, 3 pair here, leaving 1, 5, 6 with a 1 in one of these two. And now so 1 in this box goes here, and that's our 5. And since the 5 is here, this has to be a 2 to point to it. And that places the 2 here. This is flowing really well. I thought I would get confused by this, but I think I'm doing well. So this is a 3, this is a 2. It's by Sudoku. This is a 2, 6 pair. So, which one is our y? 6, I don't know that we would want to do 6. Could we? Six seems difficult. So let's talk about if this was a 6. If this was a 6, then this is telling us the length. So it's definitely not going to be 1. And it's definitely not going to be 6. So, and we can't, this would be the length. 1, 5, and 6 are all not valid lengths for a 10. So actually that makes this a 2 and that's a 6. So that was easy to resolve. Now, that just because this is a 2 doesn't mean the length is 2. In fact, the length cannot be 2. And so this tells us the length, which is going to be a 3 or a 4. 3 length would be 2, 3, 5. And this can't be a 5. Oh, okay. Well, that's clever. Because this is our length. And so if it's our length and our length is 3, this would be a 3. 2 plus 3 is 5. This would have to be a 5 to finish our 10. So this has to be the 4. That's our 6 and 4. So our length is 4, which forces us to be 1, 2, 3, 4. So this is our 1, this is our 3. That adds to 10. That's 3, 6. And I think the rest should just be Sudoku. So I don't know what just happened, but that's 6, that's 3. Let's clean this up a little bit. This is a 5, 6 pair here, right? This 6, that's 5. So this ends up being 1 and 6 and 4 and 5. And then let's finish these. We need a 2, which goes here. We need a 4. We need 3 and 5, which go like that. And we're done. Neat puzzle, Crusader. I enjoyed that. The instinct tells you to look at the extremes, and starting with the 20 and then the 17 gave us what we needed to resolve the 4, which gave us what we needed for the 5, which gave us what we needed for the 10. It was pretty neat. Very nice. Let me know how you did. If you enjoyed it, why not leave a like, subscribe, and a kind comment below.